Magnificent, born from marriage with Hurrem Sultan. He was the governor of Kütahya, Konya and Karaman provinces. He considered himself the heir to the throne, but lost his power after his mother's death. After seeing that his sister Miriam Sultan was on Prince Selim's side, he began to gather supporters. When his father was still alive, he was defeated in the struggle for the throne with Prince Salim, and he took refuge with the Safavid Shah. He was strangled to death with his sons by his father's men in the palace of the Safavid Shah, where he took refuge. He was born in 1525 in Istanbul. His father is the Ottoman Sultan Süleyman the Magnificent, and his mother is Hürrem Sultan. He was circumcised in a grand ceremony, together with his brother Prince Jahangir. During the ceremony, that took place on September 28, 1539, and lasted for 2 weeks. His sister Miriam Sultan was also married to Rustam Pasha, who was the Balarbi of Diyarbakir in those years. In 1543, he joined the trip to Hungary. In 1546, he was sent to Karaman province as a governor. In 1548, he met his father in Akir, together with his brother Shahzade Mustafa, who went on his second trip to Azerbaijan. In 1553, Sultan Süleyman sent Prince Bayazid to Edirne to protect the throne when he went on his trip to Nakhchivan, the third trip to Azerbaijan. After Prince Mustafa was strangled to death in Konya while the army was traveling, and Prince Jahangir fell ill and died in Aleppo, Bayazid remained one of the two heirs to the throne. The other heir was his elder brother Prince Selim. In the events of the big game against Prince Mustafa, which appeared after the assassination of Prince Mustafa, Prince Bayazid's difficulty in stopping the rebel forces, and even the claim that he organized this rebellion, were made. Sultan Süleyman Kanuni's trust in him was shaken, but he still forgave himself and sent a governor to Kütahya. In a letter to his father, Bayazid thanked him by saying, "I have delivered your servant to his wishes," and began to see himself as the heir to the throne. Hürrem Sultan wanted Bayazid, who resembled his father legitimate Sultan Süleyman only in character, to come to the throne. Throughout his life, he tried to protect him from every danger. It is even said that Bayazid owes his forgiveness to Hürrem Sultan in the events of the big game played against Prince Mustafa. However, after the death of Hürrem Sultan in 1558, Bayazid was left unprotected and began to gather supporters. It is thought that Lala Mustafa Pasha played a role in Bayazid's action against Prince Selim. Seeing that his sons began to gather supporters, Sultan Süleyman the right distanced them from each other, and in 1558 he sent Prince Selim to Konya and Bayazid to Amasya. Bayazid considered it an insult and tried to stay in Kütahya. However, as a result of his father's insistence, he had to go to Amasya on December 21, 1558. When Süleyman the Magnificent tried to woo him with various promises, he said in a letter to his father, "Would a king lie?" and continued to gather supporters. Sultan Süleyman the Magnificent, in the same way, told Prince Selim to gather soldiers and sent Sakala Mehmed Pasha to help him. Meanwhile, Bayazids' departure from his banner, his headquarters here, was regarded as a rebellion, and fatwas were issued by Sheikh Hulislam Abbasud Effendi and other clerics that it was imperative that he be killed. Meanwhile, Bayazid, who came to Ankara from Amasya, fought Selim's army near Konya on May 29, 1559, but was defeated in a battle that lasted for 2 days. After that, he returned to Amasya and sent Mufti Muhammad Injurjani to his father to ask for forgiveness. Sultan Süleyman the Magnificent rejected Bayazid's request for pardon and ordered his arrest. Hearing this, Bayazid took his sons and left Amasya on July 7th. He was forced to take refuge in the Safavid Empire in mid-August. Bayazid was welcomed by Shah Tahmasib with a great ceremony in Gizvin, through which he asked his father for forgiveness. Tahmasib, Salim, and Sultan Süleyman the Magnificent corresponded and bargained for the surrender of Bayazid. Sultan Süleyman the Righteous, who had to accept some of Tahmasib's wishes, promised to pay him 1,200,000 gold and leave Kar's castle. Also, when Salim became king, he made a promise that he would remain friends with the Safavid Empire. After the agreement between Tahmasib, Selim and Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. The Ottoman ambassador strangled Bayazid and then his sons on September 25, 1561. The bodies of Bayazid and his sons were brought to Sivas and buried in Malik-i-Asem tomb. This tomb is inside Abdulwahhabi Ghazi Mosque. After Prince Bayazid's death, his wife, who was sent to Bursa, was kept in a castle, and his 3-year-old son, who was with him, was also killed.